to the 6 a.m. Club, where we start our day inspired. Today, I want to talk about something that can change the way you approach challenges, opportunities, and even fear itself. It's inspired by this quote that says, "Dare to say yes to the opportunities that scare you a little. They are the ones that bring the most growth." Let that sink for a moment. We all have those moments where we're standing at a crossroad, faced with an opportunity that excites us and terrifies us at the same time. Maybe it's speaking up in a meeting, maybe it's launching that business or making a big career move, or even saying yes to something outside of your comfort zone, like a marathon, a new class, or a leadership role. And in those moments, our instinct is often to shrink back and wait until we feel quote unquote ready. But here's the truth. Growth doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from the moments that stretch you. Have you ever noticed that the things that matter most, the things that truly shape you, often come with a little fear attached? That's because fear isn't always a red flag. Sometimes it's a signal that you're stepping into something bigger than yourself. Fear shows up when we're about to enter unknown territory. And unknown territory, that's where growth happens. That's where you become the version of yourself that you're meant to be. Think back at a time that you said yes to something that scared you. Maybe you took a leadership role before you felt 100% qualified. Maybe you moved to a new city where you didn't know anyone. Maybe you had a tough conversation that you had been avoiding for months. Did you felt uncomfortable? Probably. Did you grow because of it? I'm sure absolutely you did. Let me ask you something. How many times have you talked to yourself out of an opportunity because of fear? How many times have you thought, what if I failed? What if I'm not good enough? What if other people judge me? But now I want you to think about this. What if you succeeded? What if you were more than capable? What if this opportunity is exactly what you need to become that next version of yourself? When you start to shift your mindset from fear of failure to excitement for growth, everything changes. I remember a time when I had the opportunity to speak at a big event. I was so scared. I had tons of doubts. But I knew that if I waited to feel ready, I'll be waiting forever. So I said yes. And that yes led me to be the keynote speaker of this young leadership event. There was hundreds of people in the room. It was the first time that I was going to do something like this. And I remember I was so afraid, but also so excited at the same time. And I didn't know until that point that you could feel these two so strong feelings all at the same time. And I prepared and prepared and prepared and prepared some more because I was so afraid that I was not going to be good enough, that people were going to judge me. And I did it. And looking back, I can't imagine who I would be today if I had let fear make the decision for me and not do that. Because after I did that, I realized that I was capable of doing it. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Are there thousands of people that are better than me? Absolutely, yes. But the energy that I felt on that stage, the level of fulfillment that I had after I was done, how proud I felt for myself, how my confidence grew as a result of me doing something so scary. I would never have any of that if I had not made the decision to do it despite the fear. And now look at me. I've been doing this podcast for 5 years. I speak at different events, and it's one of the things that I love most to do that bring me the most fulfillment. So looking back, Again, I can't imagine who I would be today if I had let fear make the decision for me. And that's what I want for you too. So here's my challenge for you today. Say yes to something that scares you just a little. It doesn't have to be something massive. It could be sending that email that you've been avoiding, or volunteering to lead a project, or applying for the job that feels like a stretch, or signing up for a challenge that pushes your limits. Whatever it is, I want you to lean into that mix of fear and excitement, because that's where magic happens. You don't grow by staying in the same place. You'll grow by daring to say yes, especially when it scares you a little. If this episode resonated with you, do me a favor. Send it to a friend who needs this reminder today. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode of the 6 a.m. Club. I'll see you back here soon, but until then, say yes, be bold, and trust that growth is on the other side of fear.